Welcome back. So, I finally finished this list, and the list I'm going to reveal today is my top 20 TV shows from the year 2005. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a top 20 TV shows from 1990 because I wasn't born in 1990, but I know a few shows that premiered that year, such as The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Captain Planet and the Planeteers, and Tiny Toon Adventures. But for now, we're going to do my top 20 TV shows from the year 2005. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. Number 20, Prison Break. Michael Scofield is a desperate man in a desperate situation. His brother Lincoln Burrows has been convicted of a crime that he didn't commit, and he was put on a death row sentence. This show ran for 5 seasons and 90 episodes on Fox. The first run aired from August 29th, 2005, the same day Katrina hit New Orleans, and ran until May 27, 2009. And the revival lasted for a short time from April 4th to May 30th, 2017. This show was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award in 2006. It was originally turned down by Fox in 2003, which was concerned about the long term prospects of such a series. But following the popularity of other shows such as Lost and 24, Fox decided to back production in 2004, and the show had received many positive reviews from critics. Can you believe that this show premiered the same day Katrina hit New Orleans? I can't believe it. Shout out to all the people in New Orleans. Even though I'm not from New Orleans, I still can't believe that happened to them 20 years ago. But yeah, this show will be 20 on the same day Katrina hit New Orleans 20 years ago, August 29th. Wow. Number 19, Lunatics Unleashed. Just like Duck Dodgers, this show gets extremely overlooked. And unlike most Looney Tunes spin-offs, Lunatics Unleashed has a darker tone, which is why it's one of my favorite Looney Tunes spin-offs. It premiered on Kids WB on Saturday, September 17th, 2005, along with the series premiere of Johnny Test and Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island. And it lasted until Cinco de Mayo 2007, with 2 seasons and 26 episodes. This was also the last Looney Tunes show before they took a hiatus from making Looney Tunes shows until the Looney Tunes show premiered in 2011. Lunatics has not been Unleashed has not been seen on TV since its conclusion. But I can't wait for the 20th anniversary on September 17th. Number 18, Power Rangers SPD, Power Rangers to the rescue. The 13th season of the Power Rangers franchise and the last Power Rangers series that I watched before I stopped watching the series entirely. The first 22 episodes aired on ABC Family on Jetix, leaving the rest of the episodes to air on Toon Disney from February 5th to November 14, 2005. This show was succeeded by Power Rangers Mystic Force in 2006. And the theme song why the theme song had to go so hard 20 years ago? And it still slaps 20 years later. But like I said, after Power Rangers SPD, I stopped watching the Power Rangers franchise. Although I heard Mystic Force was pretty good, but still. This was the last Power Rangers series that I watched before I stopped watching the franchise. Number 17, I just mentioned this show, Johnny Test. Johnny Test, I like the first 3 seasons of the show, but after that, the show just pretty much went downhill. And it was much better when it was on Kids WB compared to how worse it was when it was on Cartoon Network. But according to my man Do Not 1999, he did said the show started to go downhill when they added the flashy animation in the second season, which is why the first season of Johnny Test was the best season. But he did say the show went downhill in his Remembering Kids WB rant because of the animation, the flashy animation in season 2. And it was much better when it was on Kids WB. It ran on Kids WB from September 17, 2005 to March 1st, 2008. Then new episodes aired on Cartoon Network from November 9, 2009 to Christmas Day 2014, running for 6 seasons and 117 episodes. And people did say that Johnny Test was a ripoff to Family Guy and Dexter's Laboratory. Well, most likely Dexter's Laboratory. Because, in Dexter's Lab, Dee Dee, you know how she was the dumb one and Dexter was the smart one? He was the brother, she was the sister. In Johnny Test, Susan and Mary are the smart ones, and Johnny is the dumb one hanging out in the lab all the time and being the annoyance. But like I said, Johnny Test was good during the first 3 seasons, but it went downhill during the last 3 seasons. Number 16, Hogan Knows Best. Despite that Terry Bollea is a racist son of a bitch, I had to put Hogan Knows Best on this list. I fuck with Hulk Hogan the wrestler, but I don't fuck with Terry Bollea. I'm still mad that he said the word nigga a decade ago. But luckily, I put Hogan Knows Best on this list. Who never knew that the Hulkster would get his own reality show? Hogan Knows Best ran for 4 seasons and 43 episodes from July 10th, 2005 to October 21st, 2007. A year after the show ended, birthday girl Brooke Hogan had her own reality show on VH1, Brooke Knows Best, which ran for 2 seasons. Yeah, I pretty much enjoyed Hogan Knows Best. That was also the era where VH1's reality shows were popping. We had Hogan Knows Best, Brooke Knows Best, The Surreal Life, Celebrity Fit Club, Flavor of Love, I Love New York, and the list goes on. But yeah, I actually enjoyed Hogan Knows Best, despite that I can't stand Terry Bollea, despite that he's a racist son of a bitch. But I enjoyed Hogan Knows Best. It was one of the best reality shows to exist on VH1. Number 15, The Boondocks. Yeah, you guys were probably going to rip me a new asshole if I did not put The Boondocks on this list. Well, I had to, and it's the first and only Adult Swim show that I have on this list. It is based upon the manga influenced comic strip of the same name. It focuses on the Black American family, the Freemans. Boondocks ran for 4 seasons and 55 episodes, and it ran for almost a decade, from November 6, 2005 to June 23, 2014. And they were planning to reboot the show. It was announced on June 12, 2019 that they were planning to reboot the show. And John Witherspoon was planning to reprise his role as Granddad. But due to his death on October 29, 2019, the revival has been shelved. Damn. John Witherspoon even said it himself on his last YouTube video that they was planning to do another Boondocks. And now that John Witherspoon is no longer with us, the revival has been shelved. Man, I would have loved to see Boondocks make a comeback, but now that's not going to happen due to John Witherspoon. Due to John Witherspoon's death, I can't picture anybody voicing Granddad but him. But Boondocks was still one of the best shows to exist on Adult Swim. Number 14, The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. This is the first Cartoon Network show that I have on this list. This show right here was about Juniper Lee continues to fight against the forces of mischief and chaos. This show will be 20 years old on my friend's birthday, May 30th. And it ran until April 9, 2007 with 3 seasons and 40 episodes. I have 4 Cartoon Network shows on this list that's turning 20 this year. The Life and Times of Juniper Lee, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Camp Lazlo, and the original Ben 10. Juniper Lee is going to be the first one. Then Camp Lazlo, then My Gym Partner's a Monkey, and Ben 10 will be 20 in December. But yeah, Juniper Lee was definitely a good show, even though it ran for 2 years. And it premiered during the City era, the most underrated era of Cartoon Network. Number 13. Whose House? Run's House. Run's House follows the family life of Rev Run from Run DMC, along with his wife Justine Simmons and his kids, Miley Justine Simmons, Diggy Simmons, Russell Simmons II, Joseph Simmons Jr., Vanessa, and Angela Simmons. One of the best reality shows to ever exist on MTV. It ran from October 13, 2005 to July 13, 2009. 4 seasons, 6 seasons and 59 episodes. Yeah, Run's House was definitely one of the last good reality shows to air on MTV. Number 13, My Gym Partner's a Monkey. This show was about Adam Lion transferring from a human school to an animal school because Lion is his last name. This show ran for 4 seasons and 52 episodes on Cartoon Network from Kwanzaa, December 26, 2005 to Thanksgiving Day, November 27, 2008. Not a huge fan of My Gym Partner's a Monkey, but this show was pretty cool. And the theme song still slaps 20 years later. Number 11, Camp Lazlo. This show was created by Joe Murray, the same guy who created Nickelodeon's Rocko's Modern Life. It's about a spider monkey named Lazlo going to a camp called Camp Kidney, a Boy Scout-like summer camp. Camp Lazlo is pretty good, but it's definitely not better than Rocko's Modern Life. Rocko is a classic. Another Cartoon Network show that aired during the City era. It ran for 5 seasons and 61 episodes. From July 8, 2005 to March 27, 2008. Like I said, it's a good show, but it's not better than Rocko's Modern Life. Now it's time for my top 10 TV shows from 2005. To kick us off at number 10, I have American Dragon Jake Long, the first Disney Channel show that I have on this list. This show centers around a 14-year-old boy named Jake Long and is set in New York City and Manhattan. I like the first season of American Dragon Jake Long, but the second season not so much because they changed the animation, according to Benny G94. The show ran for 2 seasons and 52 episodes from January 21st, 2005 to September 1st, 2007 on Disney Channel. American Dragon Jake Long is one of the most underrated shows on Disney Channel. Matter of fact, one of the most underrated Disney shows of all time. And it was also produced by Walt Disney Television Animation. I definitely enjoyed the hell out of this show. The first season was better, but I enjoyed much of the second season due to the change of the animation. Number 9, Life with Derek. Another show that premiered on Disney Channel here in the United States, and it ran on the Family Channel in Canada. 4 seasons, 70 episodes, from September 18, 2005 to March 25, 2009. This show was also filmed in Ontario in fall 2009. Yeah, I definitely enjoy Life with Derek. It's one of the best shows to exist on Disney Channel. It was a pretty good show. Number 8, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, my third Disney Channel show that I have on this list. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was about 2 twins named Zack and Cody. It follows the sweet life of identical twins Zack and Cody Martin after their mom Carrie lands a job at the 5-star Tempton Hotel. This show ran for 3 seasons and 87 episodes from March 18, 2005 to September 1st, 2008. Then they made a sequel, The Sweet Life on Deck, which ran from 2008 to 2011. And it was nominated for an Emmy Award and a Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards 3 times. This show had an amazing cast. The Sprouse brothers, Cole and Dylan Sprouse, Brenda Song, Ashley Tisdale, Phil Lewis, and Kim Rhodes. And the theme song still slaps 20 years later. One of my favorite sitcoms on Disney Channel. Number 7, Zoey 101. This show centers around Zoe Brooks, played by Jamie Lynn Spears, her brother Dustin, and her friends as they attend Pacific Coast Academy in Southern California. We all know this show was created by none other than the sick bastard himself, Dirty Dan. The show ran for 4 seasons and 61 episodes from January 9, 2005 to May 2, 2008. And no, Jamie Lynn Spears' pregnancy was not the reason why the show ended. Zoey 101, great show, and it won 3 Young Artist Awards, 2 Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards, and a Neon Fan Award. Good show, but any show created by Dirty Dan, I no longer watch because that man is a sick bastard. And of course, Jamie Lynn Spears wrote and performed the theme song. which still slaps 20 years later. Number 6, the original Ben 10. This show is about a young boy named Ben Tennyson who has a watch where he can transform into any type of animal. The first show in the Ben 10 franchise. This was the last show that premiered on Cartoon Network in 2005. It premiered the day after My Gym Partner's a Monkey on December 27th and ran until April 15, 2008, also running for 4 seasons and 52 episodes. Then they came out with the Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Ben 10 Omniverse, and the shitty ass reboot. This show, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse, they're much better than the shitty ass reboot, but the original Ben 10 is the best Ben 10 series in my honest opinion. Now we got my top 5 TV shows of 2005. Coming in at number 5, I have Avatar: The Last Airbender. Even though I'm not a fan of Avatar, I have no problem with it putting it into my top 5. And to all you Avatar fans, I know you guys are happy that I put the show in my top 5. Running for 3 seasons and 61 episodes from February 21st, 2005 to July 19th, 2008. Then they came out with a sequel of the show called The Legend of Korra. But yeah, to all you Avatar fans, I hope you're happy that I got the show in my top 5. Good show, even though I'm not a huge fan of it. These last 4 shows are the only 4 shows on my list that are still airing 20 years later. Number 4, Dancing with the Stars. Of course, we know this show is about professional dancers paired with celebrities to train and compete in ballroom dancing. Dancing with the Stars has been on the air since June 1st, 2005, and it's still going 20 years later. I can't wait to see what they're going to do for the show's 20th anniversary next month. I was still 13, just graduated from middle school when the show premiered, 16 days before I turned 14. And now the show is still going 20 years later. The show has 33 seasons and over 500 episodes. The show is currently still airing on ABC and is also streaming on Disney+. And the show has just been renewed for a 34th season, which is set to premiere this fall. Wow. So that's the first show on my list that's still airing 20 years later. Same with this next show. Another dance show similar to Dancing with the Stars. So You Think You Can Dance, number 3. Pretty much like Dancing with the Stars is a dance competition show. The show premiered on Fox on July 20th, 2005 and is still going. The show has 18 seasons and 319 episodes. The show was presented, of course, by Kathleen Deely. I'm surprised that So You Think You Can Dance is still going 20 years later. And I did put the show in my top 20 Fox shows list from last year. I put it at number 14, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I put it at number 14. This is one of the shows on my top 20 Fox shows list that's still airing years later. Yep, great show. I'm glad that it's still going. Number 2. I'm going to sing the theme song in case you know which show is my number 2. Good Morning USA. I have a feeling that it's going to be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on his face and is shining to salute to the American race. Oh boy, is well to say, good morning, USA. Yep, American Dad is my number two. Seth MacFarlane's second cartoon after Family Guy and before The Cleveland Show. The first 11 seasons aired on Fox from February 6, 2005 to September 21st, 2014. Seasons 12 through 21 aired on TBS from October 20th, 2014 to March 3rd of this year. Beginning this fall, American Dad will return to its original home, Fox, and it just got renewed for 4 more seasons. I'm glad Fox is making the right decisions to have American Dad return to its original home where it belongs. But TBS did treat the show right during its 11-year run, after its first 11-year run on Fox, or 9-year run on Fox. But I'm glad it's returning to its original home where it belongs. So that's a good thing that they decided to put American Dad back on Fox starting this fall. And it's going to run for 4 more seasons, seasons 22, 23, 24, and 25. The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, and Family Guy also got renewed for 4 more seasons. And unlike Family Guy and The Cleveland Show, American Dad is my favorite Seth MacFarlane cartoon because it's the only one that has not suffered an official cancellation yet, and I doubt it's going to get canceled anytime soon. So that's good. I can't wait for American Dad to return to Fox, part of Animation Domination. And now my number 1 TV show of 2005. Number 1, Nick Cannon presents Wildin' Out. Come on, man, this show is one of the best improv comedy shows of all time. Its longevity also needs to be studied. No surprise that it's still airing 20 years later. The first 4 seasons aired on MTV, the next 3 aired on MTV2. The show returned to MTV for seasons 8 through 13, and as of season 13, the show is currently airing on VH1. This show is similar to Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's about 2 teens battling head to head to see who's the funniest. You have Nick Cannon as the captain of his team and his squad against a random celebrity guest as the team captain against their squad. I'm surprised that this show is still going 20 years later, even though the first 4 seasons were the best seasons. I mean, without this show, there would be no Affion Crockett, D. Ray Davis, Corey Holcomb, Mikey Day, Cat Williams, Spanky Hayes, Leonard Robinson, Roscoe Mather, who went to my high school here in Houston, Rob Hoffman, Randall Park, Taran Killam, Sade. Hell, there wouldn't be no Justina Valentine, DC Youngfly, Conceited, Chico Bean, Emmanuel. None of these guys would have successful careers if it wasn't for this show. Thank you, Nick Cannon, for creating this show for the culture, and I can't wait for the 20th anniversary on July 28th. And with that being said, that wraps up my top 20 TV shows of the year 2005. What do you guys think about my list? Which show from 2005 would be your number 1? If you are here, hit the notification bell for my next list that I will reveal. Subscribe, like this shit, comment if you want to. What do you gotta lose? So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here. This is X-Man 1991. Signing off. You guys take it easy out there. Y'all be safe. Holla at your boy. I got more lists to reveal. My 11 Cartoon Network shows from the 90s. My top 20 Cartoon Network shows from the 2000s. My top 20 albums from 2005. A redo of my top 5 most overrated rappers. My top 15 worst rappers of all time. And my numbers 20 through 11 of my top 20 PBS Kids shows list. All those lists are coming soon. Until then, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. No more talk.